more to buy a replacement battery and put it in than to buy another stopwatch. Yeah. Somehow our economic system has set that up for us. Yeah. Even if you buy the batteries in bulk, it costs more to buy the batteries and replace them. So somehow, if you buy the stopwatches in bulk, the stopwatch plus a battery is less than the battery itself. This is why I could never take macroeconomic classes. I'm like, that makes no sense. Well, sure it does. No, it doesn't. You're saying the stopwatch has negative value. Well, it does. Okay, I'm gonna go take my calculus class now. Thank you. Yeah. Negative value actually means something. Anyway, so I gave you all have a stopwatch and/or a penny. Maybe you don't have either, because I apologize. Maybe you guys can move over with other folks to get that. I'm gonna tell you a story. The story is Doug Nelson, who teaches here in the math department, had kids that swam competitively for Bend High when they were in Bend High. And back in the day, and maybe still, I'm not sure, I think they had touch pads the last time I went to a Juniper swim meet. The parents at swim meets would just stand at the wall. And when the kids would come in for breaststroke or for butterfly, which generates a lot of water, some of these strokes, they would hit the stopwatches to get the kids' times. And the little person would come out with a clipboard and write the time down, and then they'd collect the times on a big sheet. Very old school, because, you know, not much funding, and that's what we did stuff from back in the 80s and 90s.
We haven't gotten stopwatches.
Well, what happened was, some of the parents started complaining because some of the parents were using their finger to start and stop the stopwatch, and some were using their thumb, and a claim arose. What do you think the claim was?
Which is faster?
That there's a difference, right? Something is faster somewhere. Like, and Cassidy's like, oh God. But this was a legitimate claim, and Doug complained about this to me about 8 years ago. He's like, oh my God, I got back from this meeting at the swim club. Like, what's up, dude? He's like, well, it's about timing. I'm like, ooh, tell me more. And then he's telling me the whole story, and I'm like, dude, we can test that. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, we could totally test that. I could give my 244 kids. So here's what I want you to do right now. First of all, can you run the stopwatches? Do you know how to start them and stop them and reset them?
Yes.
Now, do you see what I'm saying, how they're right-hand centric? The thumb starts and stops, and the finger resets. So we have to get around that. Grab your coin, flip your coin, exactly, that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. Hang on one second, let me mute this. So, flip your coin once and mark what you get. Just flip it once and just mark heads or tails. Okay. How many of you got heads? How many got tails? That's about half and half, we can live with that. If you got heads, you're going to test your thumb first. If you got tails, you're going to test your index finger first. And when I say thumb or finger first, you want to use your dominant hand. You want to use your dominant hand. Now, if you're a lefty, got any lefties in here? Yeah, lefties, if you're using your dominant hand, you're going to have to switch and kind of flip it upside down. So for you, thumb down is going to have to be upside down in your left hand. Right-handers, if you're right hand dominant testing your finger, you're going to have to turn the stopwatch over so you can't see the number, aren't you? Does that make sense? Say that again. I want your hand to, you're holding it differently though. I want to keep it controlled. Right?
Oh,
so you see what I'm saying? I want your hand not to move. I want the stopwatch to move in your hand that it's relaxed natural position. If you do this, that might influence the muscular control. I'm trying to control for variables here. So flip it over in your hand and keep your thumb over here and your finger over here so that your index finger is hitting that correct button. It also has an added benefit of blinding the study because you can't see your time until you turn it back over and write it down. Is that fair? Yeah. So what we're going to do is, you're done with the pennies now. We're done with the day. I have a video of a 50-meter butterfly race. And you're going to time it. You're going to hear the gunshot. Well, it's not a gunshot, it's a little buzzer. And you're going to hit start. And then when you see the swimmer come in and touch the other side, you're going to hit stop. And we'll do it once for practice so you can understand what the video looks like. Okay, turn this off so you can see it. Turn this on. And I use butterfly because it's a stroke I'm still trying very, very hard to understand myself. Okay, so here it is. So this is just for practice. It doesn't count. Katie?
What do we do in the business part? When does it work? So do I just hang out?
You just hang out. Yeah, or pair up with somebody that's got gated, that's got one that does work. So here we go. Pay attention. So that's when you start. Then obviously you started. Now you get to watch the proper butterfly stroke that I'm still trying to figure out. I love this stroke. It doesn't love me, but I adore it. Yeah, 10 seconds, I still be at the wall. It's extreme. Yeah, did you guys swim butterfly? Yeah, it's amazingly. It's like doing push-ups in the water.
Yeah.
So much fun. Now here we go, here we go. You see where he's gonna win? Lane 4. And then good. And then you, so everybody got that? That's what you're gonna time. And then you would then write down that time. Well, when you think, you pretend you're the parent of that lane 4 kid who's coming in first, when he hits the wall. Now you've got some limitations. You're far away, just like the parents are. There's water in the way. So when you think his hands hit the wall, you're gonna stop that time.
Lane 4?
It's lane 4, I believe, right? There's that fourth down from the top, I believe was number 1 in the race. You're gonna time that person. Cool? So let's do it 3 times with whatever hand you're using right now. Then I'm gonna have you do it 3 times with the other appendage. So if you're doing thumb right now, we'll do 3 thumb, then 3 finger. Or if you're doing finger, we'll do 3 finger, then 3 thumb. Believable? Okay, here we go. Start it again. All right, turn the camera off. I don't need to be recording all of this.